Hey, God bless your hearts. It's me again, Reverend Ray from Kingdom of Deliverance. How you doing today? I hope everything is all right, and God bless your heart. I'm on this video for a very quick thing because it's come to my attention in just daily activity that sometimes folks really miss out on their blessing because they don't like what the blessing is wrapped in. Yeah. Yeah, let's get into it. Let's just really get into it right now. No more small talk. The reason I say that is because the Lord is still operating in today's society and in today's culture. And we get hung up on what is culturally appropriate for church. I say that because we've got to remember something. God is above culture. Not only is he above culture, he's outside of culture. And I say that because unless somebody appropriates the culture that we are from, our background, our past, or whatever, then they're not accepted. We don't think that God is working. And that's how we miss out on our blessings, because we think that God matches our culture. No, our culture is divided by how we live communally. Okay? God is above that and outside of that, like he's outside of time. What do I mean? Because what it says, it makes the saying that the old saint said, that God is God all by himself. He don't need nobody else. He's his own culture. Ah, and the interesting thing is that he adapts to us so that he can get the message to us. Yeah. Well, maybe I may need to break this down a little simple, a little easier. Some of us would be thirsty and looking for water, but somebody would give you this particular drink, a lot of you wouldn't drink it. And I'm about to show it to you right now. Yeah, right there. You see that? You do read that, right? It does say liquid death. Yes. And some of y'all would receive that. Somebody would have mercy and grace upon you and give you one of these cans, and you wouldn't accept it. Simply by the fact of what it actually says, that bright or those big words on there that says liquid death, and also because of how the can looks, it's got a gold top, it looks like a tall boy, and some of y'all wouldn't take because you would think that it's something else in it besides what it actually is. Because I'm going to flip back to it, because if you look close, big words, you wouldn't see the small words that say mountain water. You will just look at the design, the artwork, the skull, and the words liquid death and say, can't take that, because that stuff is not right. All because of what the water is wrapped in. And you go on and be thirsty. Yeah. You're kind of looking like, yeah, we'll take it. No, you wouldn't. Here's the thing, because I didn't. I've got cases of liquid water of liquid death that were given to us by our food pantry that helps supply our emergency food pantry here at KODBC. Now, you can make a donation to KODBC for our food pantry. Just make sure you denote that it's for the food pantry. But a whole lot of cases, and when I got those, picked them up, and they were loaded in my van, I kind of looked and said, whoa, what you giving us? We're a church, we can't have it. And it was like, it's nothing but water, until I actually had to read it and found out it was water. See, it's all because of the artwork, the font of the words, and the name liquid death. Some of y'all won't take it. I almost didn't. And therefore miss out on the blessing of getting cool, refreshing mountain water, because the can looks like it's all metal. It looks, as metalheads would say, because the can looks brutal. Yeah, brutal. Yeah, metal. Yeah. But it's nothing but water in it. Now, when it comes to the church, We tend to miss out on our blessings because it's not wrapped in what we think is appropriate. The message doesn't come in what we think is appropriate, and we let it pass on by. Now, if that was the case, if everybody thought like that, we wouldn't have the message of the Messiah from the prophet Isaiah. Because if you remember, Isaiah was in the year that King Uzziah died. He saw the Lord, a man that he admired, a man that he had served, a man that he had reverence for, had passed, and he was now in the lowest point of his life, without the person he admired, going in to do the work in the temple. And that's where he saw the Lord, the message. See, sometimes we miss our messages because of bad timing that we think is going on in our part. And when he saw the Lord high and lifted up. And his train filled the temple. And the Lord asked, who will go for us? And he said, here am I, send me. And he gave wrote the book of Isaiah, a book of messianic promises about the soon coming Christ. The other person, or the other instance where we would miss our blessing, that if he didn't heed and go figure it out, what was going on, was Moses. Yeah, Moses. We wouldn't have the Ten Commandments if Moses was not taking care of his father-in-law's sheep and then looked up in the mountains and saw fire. And he went up there to see what that strange sight was. Now, mind you, he didn't go up there to expect to see the Lord. He went up there to see what got his attention was the fire. And it's interesting because he's out there taking care of his father-in-law's sheep that are grazing in the field. And he had to go up there to see what's going on in the mountain for fire, because if there's fire in the mountain, that fire gonna come down. And he would have to probably move the sheep and tell his father-in-law that the whole family had to move because there was going to be a fire. It wasn't until he got up there and saw the bush that was not consumed, and God spoke to him from that bush. Amen. And told him to take his shoes off because the ground he's standing on is holy ground. Yeah. And he had a conversation with the Lord. Yeah. It was the glory of the Lord in the temple when Isaiah was down that God got his attention. And it was the strange sight of fire on the side of a mountain that Moses went to investigate because God got his attention. Some of the things that we say that is not right in our worship, think about it. We think that it's wrong, that it's of the enemy. No. Let it be that unless you hear the word or the message that comes, then you make your decision. Don't get caught up on style of music. Don't get caught up on style of dress. Don't get caught up on any other stuff, because it means that you really are not there to figure out what the message is, but you're looking to judge the people, and you miss out on your blessing. Because it's not style, it's not rhythm, it's not dress, it's not beat, because those things are neutral. It's the message, it's the word that accompanies them that determines if the message is good or not. Because it says, the power of life and death are in the tongue. So don't get turned off, and don't judge folk or judge a message before you heard the message. because of what is wrapped in. Because then you'll miss out on your blessing. Hey, that's about it, my brothers and sisters. Ooh, I kept y'all a little over, but that's all right. I'll be back again with another little tidbit. Hey, that's all I can do right now. That's all I'm going to do right now till Sunday. And by the way, Sunday, you can come join us at 105 East Arcadia in Peoria, Illinois at Kingdom of Deliverance Baptist Church, and join us for Sunday worship at 11:30 on Sunday. Now, if you want to help us, I invite you to come and not only worship with us, but also be part of the ministry as we try to do what the Lord wants us to do in turning lives around and rescuing and delivering people from the claws or the clutches of the enemy. You can reach me by either YouTube or Facebook. Like and subscribe to the Facebook, the YouTube channel. Like the video, share the video. And until next time, my brothers and sisters, until we see each other again, may God bless your heart. I'm out. Hey.